Ну, как вы себя чувствуете? Вам хоть немного лучше?
Gee, what do you think? I can't even move, and I'm hungry too. That's the service button. Press it and someone comes here who take care of me.
Почему? Почему мы должны кого-то звать? Я здесь, и я умею неплохо готовить.
You're in your working shift. I don't want you getting yourself dirty over cheap, corner store food. What has taken you so long? Just press it. Hurry up.
Merhaba, yardıma ihtiyacınız var mı? Aman tanrım, ona ne oldu?
What's wrong? Why are you screaming? Stop it.
Aman aman, bu çok yüksek bir sıcaklık. Bu sıcağın yoğun baskısı altında zavallı çocuğun bilinci nasıl hala yerinde?
Честно говоря, я не знаю. Мой сын такой сильный.
I'm sorry, did you just call me your son? You are not my papa.
Возможно, и так, но вас больше должны волновать отдых и восстановление.
Bu da ne böyle? Pencereye tırmandı.
Oh, he does this all the time. That hillbilly knows nothing. Always breaking and entering into random places.
I'm no hillbilly. It's just a treehouse with a simple wheat farm.
Hillbilly, hillbilly, hillbilly. Uncle Willie, acting Millie.
Прекратите. Ложись спать. Почему вы проникли в дом моего сына? Что ты хочешь от него теперь? Зачем ты здесь? У тебя нет для него никакой помощи. Ты сумасшедший собачий сын. Это из-за тебя он заболел. Такие, как ты, распространяют болезни.
I didn't do anything. I swear. I just wanted to check on my best friend.
Bu kadar palyaço muhabbeti yeter. Sen hastasın, Sharpie.
Очевидно, он сейчас очень хочет спать. Мы должны помочь ему заснуть.
İzle, o kendi başına uyuyacak.
Sure, never come here again. You should have gone years ago. Years and years ago. Your mother sent you out for war for a reason. Walk
This is all your fault, you stupid animal. Why did I ever let you shatter the sky? You're a lunatic, Mark. Now what do you have to say for yourself? You sick the rain? You know what? I'd be happier if you yourself. Hell, give me the gun, I'll do it for you.
I'm sorry, Sharky. I didn't know any
You're
better.
a grown 21-year-old man.
Please,
You aren't a toddler anymore. Grow the up, you piece of
please stop screaming at me.
I don't give a if I'm scaring you. I'm sick of you. You should have been killed in that war. You should have died when Nelton had the chance. Just like you raising the surrender flag. You're surrendering your own actions. Just because you're a soldier doesn't mean that you get sympathy all the time. Walker Wood.
Don't hurt me. Please. I swear to God. Please don't hurt me.
No. You and your face too. Hee, have I ever told you about my roommate? She is so pretty.
О, а как же ваш сосед по комнате?
Ha ha ha ha. My roommate is this pretty girl. I didn't find her in the first place though. She found me. One day, I was in my apartment and I get a little notice from the mailman. I didn't think much of it, but the envelope had a special silver button.
А как насчет этой специальной серебряной кнопки?
Well, it's usually something you get from the thing.
Что именно?
What do you call the head of the campus again? There's another name for it, but I can't find the word.
Директорами.
I'll check my dictionary. Thanks anyway. Anyways, the silver button envelopes are what you get from the head of the campus. Usually when you're getting a new roommate, a renovation, insurance.
Откуда вы все это знаете? Это кажется подозрительным. Но продолжайте.
Teehee, you won't wanna know.
Хорошо.
Well, this note was telling me that I was getting a new roommate and that I should make some renovations. However, I was broke. Broker than broke. Homeless people would be in pity. So, I cleaned up my entire apartment because I needed to make it look presentable to my new roommate. And when she came over to my apartment, one of the people said this to me.
Je moet voorzichtig zijn wanneer je zo onderdak geeft. Dat wij hebben gehoord van veel misdaden dat geprobeerd waren te gaan. Zorg ervoor dat zo niet in gevaar is, wat dan ook.
And inside of the note was...
Подожди. Как и почему ты разорился? Ты же знаешь, что я за все плачу.
People are mean. Anyways, the note had a little identity thingy attached to it. It showed my roommate and her information. Like her object type, gender, medical stuff. It also noted that she didn't speak English. She was German, just like me. Oh, I was so happy. I don't see many German kids being moved into others' apartments. Because they're usually rich enough to afford their own house nearby.
И что вы подумали о ней, когда она только пришла?
Well, it's complicated. I didn't think much of it. In fact, I was very weak and nervous. I usually hang out with boys. Pretty girls.
Красивая.
Come on, you think the same way with the Russian baker in that one shop you always go to. Anyway, she was very nice but didn't talk so much, which I like because I like talking. And someone would listen. The joy. Shut up, you old hag. Poppy, please tell him to shut up. My story is much more interesting than his.
Вы уверены, что использование сиропа поможет вылечить его kожу? Для такого типа кожи нужны повязки и другие средства.
Vay canına, neden acaba? Bunu sadece çocuk gibi davranmayı bırakması için yapıyorum.
I'm not a man-child.
Whatever, the girl was really cute. She's at work right now though. I hope she doesn't get worried of this happening.
Знаете, мой сын иногда бывает очень интересным.
Güzel, oğlun olduğuna sevindim. Şimdi şu yetişkin adamı zapt etmeme yardım et.
Ну, это не способ разговаривать с важной персоной. Ну ладно.
Please. Please let me go. I didn't do anything. Let me live. Let me live. I don't want to die.
Будьте с ним осторожны, он кусается. Видите, все лучше.
Thank you. Wait, this isn't my house. Where am I?
Yani, bunca zamandır buradaydın ve nerede olduğunu bile fark etmedin mi? Alman bir gencin evinde olduğunuzu şimdi mi fark ettiniz? Onlardan 2 tane var. Diğeri işte.
Freedom. Hey.
Эй, забирайтесь на колени.
Ow.
No fue culpa suya. Se cayó de un edificio.
Hey, a fellow Russian. Do you need help getting back home, sir?
Ну, мне не нужна помощь, чтобы добраться до дома. Но Марку точно нужна.
All right, sir. Follow us. I'm sure he lives in the woods. I've seen him before.